You stand in a torch-lit hall. The stone walls are damp with smoke and the heavy scent of waxed timber. Every corner hums with whispers, not of war, not of plague, but of forbidden flesh. Names are uttered only in hushed tones, their sound chilling, royal incest. Tonight, every eye is drawn toward the queen. Every ear strains for a fragment of the truth. Outside, guards shift uneasily, feeling the invisible pressure of rumor crawling along the streets. Inside, the hall holds its breath. The truth remains unspoken, but the silence itself is weighty, almost oppressive. You feel it pressing against your chest. This is not a tale of courtly romance, nor one of dynastic triumph. It is a story of betrayal, broken canon law, and a household teetering on the brink of ruin. The first murmurings came from servants. Then the courtiers picked them up. Finally, the church itself whispered, and the gossip transformed into a threat capable of toppling thrones. Queen Isabeau of Bavaria's chamber was sacred. Only ladies-in-waiting and confessors entered freely. And yet, someone claimed the heir had been seen where he should never be. Candles burned past midnight. Doors were locked. No explanation could satisfy the restless murmurs outside. The bedding ritual of kings and queens was public, a matter of record witnessed by multiple parties. What happened here, however, was private, secret, and potentially damning. Unlike lovers caught in a fleeting tryst, this union could never be excused. Canon law branded it as one of the gravest sins imaginable. Point 1. The power of rumor. In the corridors of Paris, rumor became a weapon. The air vibrated with accusations. Every whispered word carried the weight of potential disaster. The queen's enemies acted swiftly. They recorded testimonies, gathered witnesses, and compiled meticulous lists detailing who saw what, when, and where. Each note edged closer to catastrophe. Even without proof, the accusation alone could shake the foundations of the monarchy. Her son's claim to the throne, the dynasty itself, could be undone. And yet Queen Isabeau remained silent. Her young heir spoke nothing. He dined, trained, smiled at court, but shadows danced across every glance. Unease tinged every gesture. People wondered, did he understand the danger of his own existence? Rumors spread faster than truth. Whispers about the queen and her son together again sliced through the court like knives. Servants feared dismissal, courtiers feared disgrace, allies feared association. And all the while, the truth stayed locked behind the queen's chamber door. Point 2. The church and canon law. Canon law defined incest as a sin so severe that the church itself could intervene. Public penance, exile, or excommunication awaited anyone who violated these prohibitions. A queen risking such a charge was committing political as well as spiritual suicide. The church's moral authority gave the accusation enormous power. Yet the law was clear: punishment required evidence. The mere repetition of rumor could inflame suspicion, but courts, bishops, and councils required witnesses and sworn statements to act decisively. Even so, the mere possibility of sin could destabilize power structures and manipulate outcomes without proof. Point 3. The weaponization of gossip. The accusation was no accident. It was planted. One maid claimed she saw the heir near the queen's chamber at odd hours. Candles burned too long. Guards allegedly turned away. By dawn, scribes had created multiple copies of her testimony. Taverns repeated the story, chapels whispered it from pulpits, and councils noted it in writing. Silence, as much as accusation, became complicit. The absence of denial allowed rumor to metastasize. Canon law's authority gave the whisper teeth. A parent and child could never share a bed, not by any dispensation, not under any justification. This charge, true or false, could never be safely ignored. Point 4. Strategy and political maneuvering. The queen's household attempted defense. They sealed records, swore attendance to silence, and sought allies among doctors and confessors. Factions like the Burgundians and the Armagnacs sharpened their quills and swords, using the rumor to advance their political agendas. Every whispered scandal became a strategic tool, a weapon to stain reputations and disrupt alliances. Meanwhile, letters and drafts moved across courts. One spoke of succession diverted from the heir, another hinted at legitimacy issues, all without explicitly naming the sin. Everyone understood the implication that the queen's mere presence at negotiations heightened suspicion. Silence, in this case, became strategy. Point 5. The mechanics of a slander campaign. The scandal demonstrates how false accusations can be structured and disseminated. It began at a desk, not a doorway. Clerks created testimony, stewards coached maids, coins changed hands. Copies of evidence circulated, giving rumors authority without a living witness. Once a story is written, ink itself lends permanence. Even recantations like that of the Paris maid months earlier never reached the public. Letters and pamphlets ensured repetition, and repetition makes falsehoods sound like fact. The accusation became a tool to bind the queen and her heir to political constraints. Point 6. The role of the dolphin. The heir, later Charles VII, known as the Dolphin, maneuvered carefully. He demanded living witnesses, not papers. He sought to confront the sources. Yet potential witnesses were missing, some dead, some spirited away by allies. Proof slipped through his hands. Even without evidence, the rumor had already shaped his political reality. Negotiation and strategy took precedence over accusation. The treaty and the balance of power became more important than truth. The queen's silence preserved her integrity, but allowed others to use her name as a political tool. Point 7. Confrontation and the limits of evidence. Eventually, a public hearing was called. Bishops, lawyers, envoys, all gathered to hear the charges. Witnesses appeared under oath. The maid testified, reciting lines she had been coached to say. Cross-examination revealed her tale as false. A steward, the supposed orchestrator, was named. Yet without living witnesses, the claim could not be proven. The bishops ruled cautiously. No censure, but the threat remained. The rumor, though false, had shaped the court's memory. Silence, delay, and strategic denial became tools of governance. The queen's oath, sworn and sealed in wax, was sufficient to uphold the treaty. Point 8. Power and perception. Even when cleared, the queen's reputation remained shadowed. The rumor left a scar. Pamphlets, parish sermons, and courtiers' whispers ensured that her name lingered alongside scandal. Power more than proof decided the outcome. The heir advanced, cities pledged loyalty, and law restored order. But the social memory of the scandal endured. Victory and governance outweighed truth. Public acts, treaties, and coronations solidified authority. The rumor, once a weapon, lost immediate political force, but persisted in collective memory. Point 9. Lessons in political survival. The scandal highlights several principles. Silence can be strategy. Denial risks amplifying accusation. Careful, measured response controls the narrative. Ink can be mightier than truth. Written accusations repeated in multiple media gain authority. Rumor shapes action. Even unproven, it guides treaties, succession, and alliances. Witnesses matter. Living testimony can overturn false narratives, but absence creates space for rumor to flourish. Power mediates truth. Legal, religious, and military authority determines which narratives survive. Point 10. The enduring impact. In 1429, the Dauphin was crowned Charles VII. The rumor that had haunted his mother faded in practical effect, but left an indelible mark on the court and historical memory. Queen Isabeau's last years were politically quiet, yet her legacy was entwined with a slander that shaped dynastic politics. Power proved stronger than rumor, yet rumor shaped perception for decades. Memory retained the scandal even when courts and treaties dismissed it. Political survival, negotiation, and the careful use of silence allowed both mother and son to endure, and the realm to stabilize. You stand once more in that torchlit hall, the scent of wax lingering, the shadows of whispered rumors still clinging to the corners. You see the queen's hand suspended over the wood, feel the Dauphin's refusal, hear the clerk marking the hour. The room remembers a rift no sermon could heal, a silence that carried more weight than any accusation. History has preserved these moments not for the scandal itself, but for what it teaches. The power of rumor, the fragility of truth, and the careful dance of survival in a court where a single word can shape a dynasty. A charge, true or false, can destroy a throne. But choices, courage, and strategy can endure beyond whispers. If this story captivated you, imagine the countless other tales hidden in the shadows of medieval courts. Stories of intrigue, betrayal, and power struggles that shaped nations. Subscribe now to our channel for more deep dives into medieval history, royal scandals, and the secrets behind the crowns. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a story that history tried to bury. And if you want to explore even more, leave a comment below telling us which royal scandal you'd like to uncover next. Your curiosity fuels the journey into the past. Remember, history is never just about dates and battles. It's about people, choices, and the stories that echo through time. Stay curious, stay fascinated, and join us as we step behind the throne and into the halls where whispers could move kingdoms.